Welcome back to Sports Tonight on Channels Television. I was telling you about the 2019 FIFA World Cup, 94 more days to go, and it's so interesting. Okay,
now.
Okay.
Ajax have scored 2-0.
More problems for Real Madrid.
At the Santiago Bernabeu.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What is going on? I think football is going on. Football is happening.
This is
wow.
This is huge.
Wow.
Now there's a big crack in Real Madrid. I like to know the score of these goals, but there's a big crack in Real Madrid against a youthful and enterprising Ajax side. I mean, this Ajax side reminds me of the 1994 squad. I mean, young squad at the time as well that won the Champions League at the time. Now this is 0-2 and it's 2-3 on aggregate. If it ends this way, still in the first half though, if it ends this way, Ajax have qualified. Now this is what Real Madrid needs to do. Real Madrid needs to score 3 goals. 3 goals here for a chance to qualify. 3 goals, 3 unreplied goals. Ajax must not score anymore. If Ajax scores more, then it's over for Real Madrid.
That's what it is. Ajax leading at the Santiago Bernabeu. I didn't see that one coming. I would never, ever say this will happen. But hey, with football, anything can happen. So Ajax confirming that once again. Let's continue the discussion on the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup. I told you it's 94 more days to go. I'll have a confirmation of that for you. And the Super Falcons of Nigeria will be at that championship. And we're hoping that they're going to make it a good experience this time around. The video assistant referee, the VAR, is set to be introduced at the Women's World Cup this summer. FIFA has confirmed. It's coming from FIFA, not me. So with all what we saw, the video assistant referee at the World Cup, FIFA said, look, I think this is good. Let's bring it to women's football. FIFA's organizing committee has recommended the use of the VAR for the tournament in France after successful assessment of the system and planning in recent months. A final decision will be taken at the next meeting of the World Governing Bodies Council meeting. The VAR was successfully used at the Men's World Cup in Russia last year, June. The tournament will take place across the host cities in France. And FIFA said, look, we are ready. It will take place from Friday, the 7th of June, the 7th, and run to Sunday, July the 7th. So it's a one-month tournament at the Women's World Cup. The host country, France, will take on Korea Republic in the competition's opening ceremony on June the 7th at the Parc des Princes. So, customers, we said it. Hate it or love it, the VAR has come to stay.
Certainly it has come to stay. I mean, it has done enough to reduce the controversial refereeing decisions in football matches. So it has come to stay. I mean, it was successful during the World Cup in Russia last year. I mean, you were there and you saw how everything was. And the VAR, got many of the things spot on. Although Nigerians will still be unhappy about that game against Argentina, where the VAR was against Nigeria. So Nigerians will still be unhappy about that. But I mean, so far so good. It's been good. It's been awesome. Although there are complaints about it in the Syria and some controversial decisions about it in Spain. But VAR on a scale of 1 to 100, I'll say has got 80% success. So far so good. So. Of course, at the World Cup, the Women's World Cup certainly is going to be used.
So we need to see that more competitions to actually be. But Pierluigi Collina, I remember I attended that press conference where we assessed the VAR, and it says it's actually 90% efficiency because the VAR just assists the referee. Yes. So the referee's decision is final. So the referee can say, I don't want to see this. This is what it is.
I mean, the referee could look at a game, could look at it and feel that, no, it is not it. I think I remember a certain game. I think it's a game some weeks ago. I forgot, but I think it's in the Spanish La Liga. That certain game, there was a decision. As far as I'm concerned, that decision was not supposed to be a goal. But the referee went to the VAR and decided that it was a goal, and he said it was a goal. So yeah, they are supposed to assist, as the name implied, video assistant referee. They are assisting the referee.
But that sometimes the referee does not see a proper penalty call.
Exactly.
And then goes to the VAR.
Now goes to the VAR.
The VAR says,
It is, but the referee is still within the referee prerogative to say whether I am accepting it or not.
That's what people don't understand.
Exactly.
The referee is still in charge.
Exactly. The referee is still in charge. I give you an example. The penalty that Nigeria got, or the penalty against Nigeria, the match versus Iceland at the World Cup. As far as I'm concerned, I feel that is not a penalty. I felt so. But the referee went to the VAR, looked at it, and said it was a penalty. Thank God that the goal didn't enter. So for me, I just feel that it has come to stay. It has actually helped in easier refereeing decisions. And if we hope one day it comes to the Nigeria Professional Football League. I mean, the Ghana Premier League are actually thinking of bringing the VAR. So it comes to the Nigeria Professional Football League, whatever year that's going to be like. But I hope it does. So I will stop seeing all these things that has been happening in Nigeria Professional Football for the past week and all that, especially what happened in Benin.
There are a lot of things we need to fix first.
Yes, so lots of things.
Before we start going into that. But that's the story. Information that you can use. The video assistant referee will be used. You guys know it as the VAR, the VAR. It will be used at the FIFA Women's World Cup that will take place in June this year in France. June the 7th, it will kick off and run till July the 7th. And each time I talk about the FIFA World Cup, FIFA Women's World Cup, it's just the Super Falcons that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
And I just start saying, because let's just touch base with that before we go to Cyprus.
Okay.
Something just makes you want to expect more from the Super Falcons at this World Cup.
Certainly. I mean, the only African side that have gotten to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Remember, USA 99, where they play against Brazil. Brazil was actually leading by 3-0. They equalized 3-3 and it ended 4-3. That team at that time had almost same kind of preparation that this team is having because they played lots of friendly games. And I think the team in 2003 too, but I think maybe that one 2003, they took it for granted and they lost all of their 3 games. They didn't even score any goal. So for me, I feel that lots of things, the pressure is on Nigeria. They have conquered Africa. I mean, if Nigeria doesn't win the next 4 African Women Cup of Nations, heaven won't fall. But they have not particularly crowned themselves in glory in the world. I mean, before early in the year when they defeated, forgot the name of the team, Hungary, by 3-1. They had not beaten any European side since they defeated Denmark at the USA 99 World Cup by 2-0. They have not defeated any European side. So we need to start making our mark. African champions 8 times. We need to start making our mark at the world stage. And that's why lots of people are looking at what Nigeria is all about. I mean, look at the Super Eagles, the Super Falcons game. So far, so good. So far, so good. In Cyprus, they have played 3 games. They have played 5 games in all. They played 2 games in China. They lost 1, they won 1. Now, 3 games, they lost against Austria by 1-4, where the manager said because they were tired or they were fatigued. In this one, it was 4-3, and it was a very tight game. At some point, Nigeria was leading 3-1. Then somehow it was 4-3. Then, of course, they lost against Belgium, which I think is an improvement, basically, because Belgium is one of the world powers when it comes to women football, 0-1, and they're going to be playing against Thailand. Now, if we keep this momentum, so far so good, you have played 5 games. You are getting into the groove, and with these games, they keep getting better. And at the World Cup, they're going to be playing against France. They're going to be playing against very difficult teams, and certainly they can be able to do well at the World Cup if they keep having this sort of very good preparation.
Very good preparation. I must agree, particularly if you look at it closely from when they lost to Austria, they got better against Slovakia. Say it was nervy. It happens in football, but they won. Against Belgium, you can tell that they also held their own. So they are getting better. So let's see what they will do against Thailand tomorrow. Right there in Cyprus, will continue to assess the team. And then I believe they will get better. They will get better. It's the Super Falcons, undisputed champions in Africa. No one comes close, but the World Cup is a big deal, and that's why they are getting ready for it. Let's see the Super Falcons now. But if you want to talk about it, feel free to do so, particularly best wishes. I don't want anybody saying, oh, they will not do well at the World Cup. You can't. It's your opinion. But Let's send out our love to them in Cyprus and wherever they're going to next to get ready for the World Cup. And it's a national project. We need to just imagine the Super Eagles going to the World Cup, guys.
Yep.
You know the way everybody will support them. That's what I want us to do with the Super Falcons of Nigeria as they get ready for the World Cup in France. Let's talk about the Olympics. The Olympic Eagles, Nigeria's under-23 team, they will take on their Libyan counterparts. They'll play Libya in the first round of the third Africa under-23 Cup of Nations qualifying series that will take place at the Ben Gurdon Stadium in Tunisia on Wednesday, March the 20th. So everybody is busy at all levels, on the 20, on the 17th, on the 23 now. The Libyan Football Federation confirmed that the stadium has an artificial turf and that the match will start at exactly 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Libya is still unable to play international matches at home owing to the after effects of the Arab Spring political turmoil that began in 2011. So, they've been playing in Tunisia. The Olympic Eagles are also the defending champions of the Africa Under-23 Cup of Nations, Africa's flag bearers in the Men's Olympics football tournament of Tokyo 2020 will emerge during the Africa Under-23 Cup of Nations that will take place in Egypt in November. So it's a qualifying process. So it's serious business, Cosmos.
Yes, serious business. I mean, the goal is to qualify for Tokyo 2020, and then the other 23 team needs to start getting very busy. There's also the All-African Games later in the year in Morocco. So it is a very, very important competition for them. For me, playing against a Libyan side, a North African side, wherever they are playing, are very, very dangerous sides. So they need to be tactically aware, technical, and of course bring their techniques into good. And of course, their manager, Mimama Makatbabu, needs to be on deck to make sure that things go well. Now, basically, the goal is to go to Benajendan and try as much as possible to get a favorable result, whether a win, most likely, which is going to be favorable, or at least a draw, and come back home in Nigeria and try as much as possible to close up everything here in Nigeria. Now, they're going to be playing on synthetic pitches, and it's a good one, too, for our lads, because many of them play on synthetic pitches every week. I mean, many of the pitches in Nigeria are synthetic anyway, so I think it's a good one. So, for me, I just feel that Nigeria should just go there, make Nigeria proud, and qualify for Tokyo 2020. We do not want what happened in 2004 and 2012 to happen again. We want to qualify for the World Cup, for the Olympics. And don't forget something.
Tell me.
Nigeria is the only African country that has won gold, silver, bronze in football in the Olympics. Yes, historically. Okay, I think the first African side was Ghana that won the bronze in Barcelona 92, but Nigeria won gold in Atlanta 96.
In fact, that was what shot that competition into prominence.
Exactly.
In Africa,
Won, of course, Cameroon won in 2000 gold as well. Then won silver in Benji 2008, remember?
Yep.
Yes. Funny thing was that it was a manager at the time that was a manager at the third time when they won bronze at Rio 2016. That's something Siasia. So Nigeria basically have record when it comes to the Olympic. They have won gold, silver, bronze.
So
on the African side,
because football is the king of sports
in Nigeria. So
when we go to the Olympics
and we won gold,
we are not winning in foot. We are not winning in weightlifting. We are not winning in we are waiting for.
We pretty much won just one medal,
and that's it.
At Rio 2016, and that was a bronze. So so that's just something.
So that's why we Nigerians look forward to the football events at the Olympics. So this is where it starts for the Olympic Eagles. They need to beat Libya and then advance from there, go to the Cup of Nations. And then they are defending champions. We told you, let's see if they can keep their title and then make it to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. All the best. So it's not just the Super Falcons. National project again. We need to wish the Olympic Eagles all the best, wish the Super Falcons well, and pray for funding issues not to affect our national wrestling team from going to Tunisia for the African championships. So you see, so now we're saying football and we're saying everything, and then they will go, they will come, they will play. same thing we want to say, not just even for wrestling, let it be the same for basketball, for volleyball, for badminton. Let's just make it a national project. That's what I'm trying to talk about. We're still monitoring what's going on right there at the UEFA Champions League. How many minutes played now? 34th minute in that match between Borussia Dortmund and Tottenham Hotspur, and it's still goalless. 36 minutes played in that one between Real Madrid and Ajax. And I wanted to say surprise, but no. Real Madrid, they're struggling, and I'm wondering what's going on. And that's how it is right there. That's a testament of their struggle. They're losing at home to Ajax, 2-0. And right now it's looking difficult because with 36 minutes already gone and they're not even pulling one back, then it's really going to be a struggle for Real Madrid. So close to saying Enugu Rangers. Why am I like this with Nigerian football? Let's bring the discussion back home. Since I'm itchy to talk about it, let's talk about some of the rescheduled matches that will be played in the Nigeria Professional Football League. We love the fact that the league is back. Rivers United, they will be busy with Katsina United, while Kada City in Kaduna will take on Kano Pillars. Customers, you look at Rivers United, Katsina United. Katsina United went to Lobby Stars to pick a point.
Yes, and of course, the man of the match in that game has to be Kechukwu Ezenwa, and making some breathtaking save. But against Rivers United at the Yakubu Gowon Stadium, the former Liberation Stadium.
Say no chance? You want to say no chance?
I wouldn't want to say no chance, but Rivers United have made that place a fortress, and they try as much as possible to play well. I mean, this season they have been fantastic in the league. We are one of the teams that have gotten, away points, especially away from home. So playing at home, they should be able to get this win. And, of course, it's a rescheduled game. Hopefully, they'll be able to get it. I think this is a match day 3 rescheduled game. Now, Kada City against Kano Pillars. Now, Kada City won their last game at home. And they're going to be playing against Kano Pillars. Now, it's really going to be difficult because Kano Pillars need to start getting those wins to see whether they can get to the playoff stage, the qualification for the playoff stage. So it's really going to be a very interesting one. Kada City seems to be as if they have found form. They are winning, and then let's see whether they can be able to continue winning at home.
That's what it is. So they won their last match. Can they keep the momentum going? That's the question Cosmos is asking, and I'm sure their fans will be saying, you can do it. Go on to win this one. So remember, they're a newly promoted side, and they'll be hoping to stay in the league. Rivers United, we know the star, Rivers United, but lately also they haven't picked points where you expect them to pick. So against Katsina United, they will not be complacent. I hope they will try to come out to get maximum points. But Katsina United, they will be saying, if we can go to Makurdi and they hold Lobby Stars that are the supposed champions of the league and playing in the continent, and let's see if that can spur them when they take on Rivers United. We'll go on this quick timeout. Let me let you once again see that match between Rangers International Football Club of Enugu and Etoile du Sahel of Tunisia. In the CAF Confederation Cup. I told you I always struggle when I talk about this one because there were so much expectations for Enugu Rangers in that one, but it ended 2-0. That's football for you. We'll let you see highlights of that match once again. I'll get Cosmos views, and then we tried to get Coach Benga Ogumbote last night. We couldn't. We'll try again tonight because we need to talk to the coach ahead of that big match. It's very crucial for them. They need to go to Salitas and get their campaign back on track. Let's see the highlights. We'll come back. We'll talk some more.
Rangers did start positively. Uchebo getting his first feel of the ball. He was dragged out wide and managed to eventually put in a cutback that was absolutely scuffed by Godwin Agoda. That should have been a first opportunity for Rangers to strike at goal, but it was very good work from Uchebo here, having the presence of mind to give the cutback, but it didn't work out. This was the first sign of danger from Etoile. It was the man who eventually scored, Maha Hanachi, that smashed it just past Nana Bosu's right-hand post. Hacks and bounce time that time for Rangers International. But they didn't exactly heed the danger signs because this happened. You can't get a better strike. He simply smashed it into the roof of the net. Nothing Nana Bosu could have done about that. Wonderful strike. Brilliant goal. And at that time, as at the end of the first half, absolutely deserved. Wonderful passing, poor strategy from Rangers. And then, inexplicably, how do you do that? A thoroughbred professional like Isaac Lute, instantly he knew the player got in his front. So why don't you let him? He was not headed, he wasn't on goal. You put the arms out, you clipped his legs, and the penalty from Sakni was superb. One of the best Panenka penalties I've ever watched. That was the second goal for Etoile, and it knocked the stuffing out of Rangers.
Great confidence there from Sakni. There's nothing Bosu could have done. He has gone on one side of the game, or one side of the goal, and then all he needed to do was just to watch the ball and then slowly go into his own game. But that's just it. There's nothing he could have done. You know, the Rangers had opportunities too, but here he then couldn't just make a firm contact with the ball. He tried his best, you know, trying to go inside of the defender, had the opportunity to have a good strike, but unfortunately no good contact with the ball.
That's a match that Rangers will like to forget, because they've been well beaten here, and at the end of the match is Rangers nil, Etoile de Sahel nil, 2.
So that's, even the commentator wanted it to end goalless. Etoile de Sahel 2, Rangers International Football Club 0. That's what it is, and that's a match. Yes, I agree with the commentary that that's a match they would want to forget. And one way they can forget about that match is to go to Burkina Faso, beat Salitas FC, and then find a good place to be on that Group B table, because right now it's not looking so good for Enugu Rangers. Let's go to Enugu. Coach Benga Ogumbote joins us now live on the program to sit up right for that one. Coach, good to have you on Sports Tonight. Hello, Coach. Hello? Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, good to have you on the show, Coach. I'm sorry I had to play highlights of that match once again. Not the sort of results fans of Enugu Rangers were expecting. But, Coach, what really went wrong in that match for your team?
Well, what do I say? The game has been played, won and lost. Hello?
Yeah, Coach, I can hear you. Talk to me.
Hello?
Yes, Coach. Hello, Coach, I can hear you. Talk to me. I want to understand what went wrong with your team in that match against Etoile du Sahel.
Like I said, the game has been played, won and lost. That was just a bad day for Rangers International Football Club. We didn't get it right. And we're just misplacing our priorities, and things fell apart, and the center didn't hold for us on that day.
The center couldn't hold. Hopefully everything will come back again, Coach, because an important game against Salitas. How are you going to approach that one?
So, sorry?
You have an important game against Salitas FC of Burkina Faso. How are you going to approach that one?
At this very moment, we're not going to accept. Hello?
I can hear you, Coach.
Hello?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
No, we'll try to get Coach Benga Ogumbote once again. But I think he was trying to land to say we will not accept any form of defeat again.
Well, the game was a very disappointing one. I mean, I want to compare and contrast the game in Sus and the game in Enugu. You prefer the Enugu Rangers of Sus?
Yeah.
Now the Enugu Rangers, I mean, Etoile de Sahel came to Enugu, and they were at home. I mean, that guy had to score a Panenka penalty. In case you don't know, that's a Panenka penalty. That's a kind of a penalty that, it is being scored, and it's so sad. For me, I felt that Enugu Rangers did not come to the party on the day. Yeah. I felt that technically, and of course, with the kind of tactics that they did, they were not able to do that. And of course, they were playing against a team coached by a former World Cup winner, former African Nations Cup winner, former European Championship winner. I'm talking about Roger Lamé, who understands what it means by winning.
But hey, football doesn't understand all of that. That's what coach is trying to tell us. Cosmos, I must say thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for joining
next week with Benga Ogumbote said after conceding that first goal, things fell apart and the center couldn't hold for his team. Let's hope that they bounce back against Salitas. That's the show. Unfortunately, we've got to go. But we're monitoring what's going on in the UEFA Champions League. You should too. So for the team, I'm Austin Okonakwan. In everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.